Happy Monday, Sooner Nation. Welcome to the Sooner Surge podcast that tells it like it is. Thanks for joining us. It's Monday. There was some news out of Norman today, and we kind of have it in the, not kind of, it's there. It's on the title of this video, this live show, and I think it'd be interesting to get your take on this. Mark says Oklahoma's AD search committee is a list of just one, Jim Nagy. Now,
who's not on the list?
Jim Nagy's not on the list. You saw who was on the list. Maybe I was going to put it in the bottom of the screen, but I didn't. But I
got the list. I can read it to you right here.
Jay's going to read the list, but I'm just going to be the first to say I absolutely love what Oklahoma did today. Not just in the search committee and the variety, but I love that they put it out there for everyone to see. You talk about full transparency. That's it. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, and before we do, I do want to – I see the comment. I mean, it is awful news. I mean, if anybody watched The Cosby Show, he was one of my favorite characters on there, and then a drowning incident. So bad stuff, Sooner fan, definitely. So
and Jay, I don't know if you need to read the whole list. I mean, there's names that stand out.
Okay, but I won't read the whole list. I think there's 4 names that are associated with athletics that people are going to know. And that's Bob Stoops, Kenzie Hansen, Sherry Cole, and Sam Bradford. Those 4 have been associated with Oklahoma athletics.
Now, I'll say one thing going back to a week and a half ago, Jay, where you might need to backtrack on this.
No, I already know what you're going to say, and I'm not backtracking from it.
To me, it doesn't look like they knew it doesn't look like they already had a plan, did they?
Jeremy,
you said Zack Selmon was hired. You said he was hired.
Jeremy, I think it's Selmon.
You would not do this. And if you're doing a search committee, you don't bring this entire group together and say, here's who we want. Give us your thoughts.
You still might do it, Jeremy.
That's not a search committee.
Jeremy, I think it's going to be Zack Selmon.
You can say, I think it's going to be Zack Selmon.
I think it's. I mean, I agree with you.
Can you listen? I've been on search committees, Jay. You have.
I have too.
Here's how these work. If it was going to be Zack Selmon, they wouldn't do this. I think what could have happened is there might have been an idea that it was going to be Zack Selmon, and they said, "Wait a minute, let's bring in all these people because we want all kinds of perspective."
I've been on search committees too. I like that they have a wide range of people. They got 4 in athletics that have been at that athletics at Oklahoma. There's other people with students, other people in other forms of education, different things. I like that. I like it. My only concern is in a situation like this, is there too many on that search? Is there too many cooks in the kitchen? And the only reason I say that is I've been on search committees. There's been a lot of people, and I've been on some that haven't been as many people. I think when you get that many people, you're never going to agree. You're always going to have disagreement, and maybe that's fine. But I just think I think it's Selmon. I think I see people saying it's Selmon. I agree. I think it's Selmon.
There's the 12 angry men idea, and I'll tell you this, Jay. I've been on a committee of 12, and you get different perspectives. Yes, it's
the perspectives are great. Yeah,
it's more difficult maybe to come to a unanimous decision.
That's what
but when you do, you know it's the right guy. That's what I'm saying. And Mez, I'm sorry, I wholeheartedly disagree with you here because while they might use a search firm, because that's what search committees do, they use different resources to get people to apply or to bring resumes in, to do some searching. But then those members of the search committee hear out interviews. Now, it depends on what they're going to do in this search committee, but I guarantee you the search committee will be involved. Otherwise, why would you put their names out there? That's a horrible take, man. Sorry.
Well, I do think, I mean, what's the most important thing for the AD coming in?
That's why I have a search committee.
But what's the most important thing for the AD when he comes in?
It's going to be different for different people, Jay.
What's the number one thing for whoever they hire as AD for Oklahoma? What's the number one thing needs to be? Is what?
You would think maybe fundraising.
Well, football.
Okay.
Football and fundraising, NIL for all that, right?
So you're saying a football guy is what they need?
No, I'm not saying that. It's not just football. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that's a big deal.
Hey, to me, and listen, first I'm going to say this, and I want to get to Jay Johnson. Well, I'll get to Jay Johnson first. Johnson says it better not be a lazy hire. It's a very important hire.
This looks.
I think what they're doing now shows you this isn't a lazy hire. The fact that they're putting the search committee out there is proving this is not a lazy hire. The second thing is, going to Medz's take here, no athletic director is going to expose their name to an inexperienced search committee to expose their names. Mez, maybe you've never been in a search committee. I have. And there's this thing called confidentiality. I couldn't even speak to my wife about names that were being brought in. So when you get in a search committee, you sign these contracts, verbal agreements that you are not going to speak about to the outside, who you guys are speaking to and all that. Now, it depends on how this one is, but I don't think that's something to wonder about at all.
And I think people are taking what you're saying the wrong way. Joe, I don't think Jeremy's saying
they
that.
will interview Selmon. My point is, he's not a done deal. They'll bring him in, and they'll say, this is the guy we really like. We really like Zack Selmon. Let's all listen to him, and let's get your take. And there's going to be some people say, I don't know. I didn't like that he said this. And that's how a search committee works.
Jeremy, here's who I think it's going to be.
No, you said it's already done.
I do. I think it's Zack Selmon, Jeremy.
Then why are they doing this?
Jeremy, I'm not going to go down the path of why and why.
Because you don't have an answer for me.
Jeremy, I think it's going to be Zack Selmon. I don't know why you're getting all.
I don't mind you saying I think it's going to be Zack Selmon, but you act like it's already a done deal. You already.
I think it kind of it's all but official.
That is the dumbest take I've ever heard.
Okay, Jeremy, that's fine.
So if that let's just play your scenario out in your head and let's do this. If that's the case, if this is a done deal for OU,
I didn't say done. I didn't say done. It's all but official, is what I'm saying.
It's all but official, so that's a done deal.
Not done. It's not done. It's not in writing.
So what you're saying though is this is what you're saying is going to happen. They're going to escort Zack Selmon into this room where all these committee members are. Hear me out, and they're going to say, Randall Stevenson's going to say, so this is who we want to hire. They're not going to interview other people. The search committee is not going to have any say in anyone else, correct?
Jeremy, you got to realize what a search committee might be looking over resumes and stuff. It doesn't mean that they're going to talk to everybody that's interviewed. I mean, everybody that's out there.
No, I think they're going to interview several people.
And I agree with 918. I thought the same thing. I thought this was a pretty much done deal.
I did too, but this to me proves that it's not, Jay.
I think you're reading into things a little bit.
I'm definitely not.
I think
this to me shows it's not just a done deal, unless they're just trying to hide the fact that they want to make it look like they're doing their due diligence. Hey, but KB, go ahead and tell me. You seem to know.
Hey, Germ.
No, wait, just a minute. Just a minute, Jason. KB says they do this stuff all the time, even when they know who it is. I want to know who they is on your end, KB Longhorn, and I want to know what experience you're talking about.
Hey, Germ, let me ask you, have you ever hired people in your life?
Yes. Hired?
You've been on search committees.
I've been on the interview committees, and I've been on search committees where people were brought in.
Okay. If there's like a favorite for that role, why do you have a search committee?
Are you talking about an interview committee or a search committee?
Jeremy, I'm talking about a search.
There's a big difference. Are you talking about a search committee or an interview committee?
It can be the same thing.
They're not. Interview is.
Yes, they can. Yes, they can.
No, I'm going to tell you the difference right now.
Jeremy, you don't need to tell me the difference. If that search committee, that 12, is going to be the same one's interview.
Correct. But an interview committee is your boss calls you and say, I want you to sit in on this interview of this guy we got. That's an interview committee. A search committee vets through resumes. Actually, before they even do that, this search committee, I think what's going to happen is they're going to sit in a room and they're going to say, I want to know, what do you guys all want in an AD? What do you guys think are the most important things in an AD?
Jeremy, but listen real quick. Let's just pretend Zack Selmon is a high-profile candidate, which we all think he is. Jeremy, they can have other candidates, but if you look at it, a lot of those people on that search committee, they know Zack Selmon really well. You don't think he automatically has a big leg up on everybody else? Like,
I never said he didn't have a big leg up.
Well, I think that's
I
my
never
point.
mentioned not having a big leg up.
So,
So when was the last time OU had a search committee, Jay?
KB wants phone lines open, baby.
Bring it, KB. Jay, when was the last time they did?
What?
Do they do search committees often at OU?
Sometimes they say they do. I don't know.
No, they don't ever do this.
This is a pretty funny comment.
Hey, check out the Fan Stop at thefanstop.com. Sign up for that Shirt of the Month club. This is one of them. It's beautiful. Get on there and sign up by tonight to get the August Shirt of the Month club, but just sign up. Sign up before football season. Use code SURGE. Get 10% off your first 3 months. Every one of these make me look more fit. I'm just saying.
They do it all the time, Hunter says. I'm just saying, I think you're reading into things sometimes.
I'm not reading into anything. I'm reading to
really,
what
I think you are. I think you are.
You can think that I am, but I'm not.
What percentage of it would you say it was going to be Zack Selmon?
I would say it's probably about a 55 to 60% chance at Selmon.
A what percent? 55
to 60%.
Harry James says, "Boys, have y'all heard the Jay tonight?" No, but Harry, maybe somebody needs. Let me know where to find that because I would love to hear it.
Hey, phone lines are open, and we got KB. KB's going to tell us what the pronoun they stood for.
Well, normally I really wouldn't care. However, I happen to have first-hand knowledge in this. My father spent his whole life buying banks and owning banks around the world. And when they made committees, 90% of the time when they were hiring different folks, they knew exactly who they were going to hire.
Of course they did.
They had committees, but they had committees anyway.
Yes, of course they have an idea. I agree.
Huh?
What did those committees do?
They didn't do anything. They basically looked through resumes just to make sure that they already had somebody that they were going to do. They have to do it. That's just something that they do. They're not just going to pick one person out.
You don't have to do it.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen, open your ears for once. Yeah. Dude, listen. If they're going to search something, they're going to open it and not just say we went to one candidate. They're going to open it.
Exactly.
They're going to say they have their person they're going to hire, but they're going to open it up just so they can say they opened it up. And then they're going to hire that guy that they did. I mean, it happens all the time. Now, does it happen 100% of the time? No. But most of the time, yes, they do that all the time.
We're talking about two different things because I do agree because I've been in places where you have to open it up and you've got to interview a certain amount of people. I get that. I understand that part of it. But they did not have to have a search committee.
Normally they do, even if they know who they're going to hire.
When you say normally they do, are you talking about when they search for head coaches?
It doesn't matter. A search committee is a search committee. Quit moving the goalpost.
What about
the goalpost, KB?
Hey, what about Texas? What about Del Conte? What'd they do? Do you remember?
Yeah, what'd they do?
Yeah, they searched for him, but they knew who. Hang on. Listen to what I'm saying.
It's tough for Jeremy sometimes.
Listen.
Tough for him.
My dad always told me when I was young, never miss the opportunity to shut the you know what up. Hang on a second. Jeez. Del Conte, they knew they were going to, his name was thrown around from the first, but they went through the process, is what I'm saying.
Agreed.
They did go through the process, but his name was surfaced from the get-go. Yeah. So, I mean, they did the same thing. I'm not trying to be rude, but I mean, dude, my family was in this. My dad, he's 70, fixed to be 79 years old. Dude, he's been a millionaire a million times over. I'm not trying to be, uppity, but dude, he did this stuff all the time, his whole life. And they do. I mean, they say, oh, he talked about, well, we're going to hire this guy, but we got a committee together, going to look through resumes. And then they do it. They look through the resumes and they'd even interview, but then they'd hire the guy they said they were going to hire to begin with. I mean, that's just the way they do it. Don't know why, but that's the way they do it.
And I understand your perspective, especially because your dad was in that. I'm just going from my perspective because I've been on search committees and it never has gone that way for us.
Well, I understand, but I'm just asking questions here. But usually on a large scale of something, that's the way they do it. I'm not saying hey, maybe it was a large scale, what you're wrong, but the bigger the scale, usually the more I don't know what word I'm looking for. Elaborate it is. Yeah, does that make sense? Does that make sense? And I'm not trying to be ugly, but honestly know firsthand about this kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, we'll find out soon enough. We'll see.
I'm not saying they're going to do Zack Selmon. I don't even know who the dude is. I'm just saying that's usually how they do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, appreciate you, KB.
Hey, brothers. I hope everybody's feeling well around there. I know it's been tough. Prayers are up.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Have a good night, KB.
Sister's got big appointments tomorrow. Dad is not well at all. Let's just say that. Been at the hospital and going to another facility for just some evaluations of things. It's just doesn't even act like himself. So prayers appreciated. Again, I think there's some misunderstanding here, Jay.
Hey, new member. See that? Virgil.
Who's that?
Virgil Pratt, even though a diehard Longhorn fan, new member of the show. Welcome. Welcome aboard.
Appreciate that, Virgil. Thanks, man. Another Longhorn fan on here, as KB is as well, member. Hey, I think people are misunderstanding. All I can base I do think there is a big difference in an interview committee and a search committee. So I think that's where there's some. I saw Jen say she's been on several interview committees, and people are brought there just to be interviewed. I have too. I've been on interview committees where we already know we're not hiring the person that we bring in. That's not a search committee in my mind. It's just not. A search committee's job is to search for someone. Interview committee's job is to interview. There's a difference.
Yeah. Hey, here's the thing, though, and let's. I have
said. How they're using it.
Hey, I have said, and thanks for all the prayers in there. We really do appreciate it. Hey, I have said, and we'll get to this in a minute. And then Harry says Selmon or the tech idiot. And this is kind of what I'm going to get to with Harry here. I've said I've thought it's Selmon. I think it is. But I will say there is definitely a possibility. You could say that, hey, they have a search committee here, and maybe there's two people that they really think are the highest candidates, and they're going to go through those two people and see which one they like best. Jerem, if you're saying that, hey, I get it. I just think a lot of times in this scenario, they already know where they're leaning. That's all I'm saying. That's what my opinion. My opinion means jack squat to most people. Okay, I get it. And I may be totally off base. They may not know a clue of who they're hiring. I just think they do.
Okay, and I get Jen's point. I've been around those things as well, where things are for show. I can't sit here and say this is for show unless it seems to be that way. For example, look, Kinsey Hansen is a student perspective. They've got some from outside the university's perspective. I'd be curious what they're going to be asked. I would like to follow through.
Oh my
and
gosh,
have more transparency on this.
Yeah, but Jerem, you always want too much. You don't need to know that.
I don't want too much information, Jason.
Jerem, you want to know what questions.
You want too little information. That's your issue.
Are you on the interview team? Did you get hired on the search committee? No,
I did not be. I was not asked to be on the search.
They don't need to tell us what every question they ask the candidate. There's no reason for us to know that.
Okay.
Hey, I want to get this.
Apparently, Chris, they've already decided. Jay said it's officially a done deal. It's unofficially a done deal, just not signed on the line. So.
Hey, let's break this down for a second. KB asks, is Selmon preferred? Here's what I'm going to say. My opinion about Selmon. I am not going to let his time at Mississippi State change my opinion of Zack Selmon. When he was at OU, I thought he would be the predecessor to Joe Castiglione. And I was all for it. I'm not going to let him going to Mississippi State just because they haven't won in football in the 2 years he's been there. Are they ever going to win in football? I don't really – does it matter who the AD is there? I'm not going to let that change my opinion of Zack Selmon. I think Zack Selmon would do a great job at Oklahoma as AD.
Can I answer? Yeah. What you said is just maybe the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
About what?
You need to figure out what words mean, man. Your credibility is just –
what did I say?
Zack Selmon's going to be Joe C's predecessor?
Well, I knew it when I said –
predecessor's the guy before.
You know what I meant. Come on, Jerm.
You said predecessor. I was getting confused.
Hey, if we're going to go off everything you say, then you're going to be in for a world of hurt. So,
Sean says sometimes you have a person that is the ideal candidate, but that person decides at last minute they don't want the job. So you better have a backup. Hence, a search committee with other candidates. Now, I would say this, Sean. If you're speaking to Zack Selmon here, they would know. They would already know if Selmon didn't want this.
I agree. He would have told Josie, I don't want it.
And there are people on the search committee, Jay, who are very probably close to Zack Selmon, but there's some that aren't. And they're going to ask everyone, I think, what is the number one thing you think an AD at OU needs to have? Why would they do a search committee if they want Zack Selmon? I just don't understand it.
Hey, Chief. I'm only saying it because I just think going to Mississippi State in 2 years here, you're not going to, I mean, on the football side of it, I don't think you're going to see a whole lot about it from an AD. Fundraising. Yeah, you got to have backup plans. I agree, KB. Jerem says this all the time. Sooner or throwing it doesn't. It just goes right past me. It doesn't bother me at all. Let me ask you, the biggest thing I saw that I got out of that 12-person team that they brought on for the search committee, the biggest thing I took from that?
What?
Just guess.
I can't, Jay. I don't know what.
Sam Bradford continues to get more and more involved. I think it's a great thing. There for a while, Sam Bradford really pulled away from the Oklahoma program. He didn't have much to do with them. He's been coming around more and more lately over the last year and a half, 2 years. And I like it. I like it a lot. And maybe that was because his kids were young and all that, whatever. I'm just saying I like that he's getting involved in stuff. I like Sam Bradford. I've always liked Sam Bradford. I think he's a smart dude. It's good to see him involved.
I think one thing we can talk about, and Randall Stevenson is the head of this. Yes or yes?
That's what they said. Correct.
Randall Stevenson has been around business his entire life. CEO. Yes or yes?
Yes. Yes.
I think I'm going to use the phrase you hate, safe to say that Randall Stevenson has had a few big-time hires before in his past. And I think it's safe to say on all of those, he likely went with the search committee. And I think it's safe to say, because that's probably his MO and that's his mind, that's the way his mind works, that he's going to utilize the search committee. He's not just making – could Randall Stevenson right now and Joseph Harris just go hire Zack Selmon and be okay? Could they do that without anyone causing a scene?
There would be a lot of people at Oklahoma, if they just went and hired Zack Selmon real quick, that would say you didn't go through, cross your team.
At Oklahoma or fans? Because you said a lot of people love the Selmon.
I'm saying a lot of people in the Oklahoma fans and stuff would say they didn't like it.
Fans would. Okay.
But they would say they didn't like that they didn't go search for somebody.
Yeah, again,
you're dreaming if you don't think that's true.
Well, I think they're going to get more backlash if they say they're going to do a national search and then say we're going to bring in a search committee and then hire Zack Selmon. The fans are going to lose their mind and say you didn't even interview anyone else.
Hey, Benjamin says if Randall was in charge of AT&T customer service hiring departments, I want him gone. LOL. I can't. I've been with T-Mobile for 24 years. I don't know AT&T. So,
says once they define their final candidate, they'll present the new AD to the political search team to make them feel they participated. And Mez, what are you basing this on? KB at least called in and said he based it on what his dad's business of banking, and that's fine. I don't have an issue when someone backs it up with their prior experience. For me, I've been on search committees, and it was never here. We're bringing this guy, and we just want you to make it feel like you participated. No, we met all the time and vetted through things and talked through things and disagreed with each other and sharpened each other and learned from each other. It was the best, and I'm not kidding. It was the best experience I've ever had on a team, and it was the search committee. And it was one where we all sought the same thing. We were seeking after the same thing, but we didn't always agree. But we were seeking the same thing, unified mind. It was a great experience.
Hey, I'm going to get to trivia here.
Go ahead, Jay.
Before we get going more on this, but get to trivia. Listen, we got to say, 918 has been dominating trivia. Everybody that watches this show that knows that. So, you know what? For the first time tonight, trivia continued from now on will be sponsored by 918's business, Sugar 66. check them out. Sugar 66, dessert shop, all kinds of food items there. Go check them out. Sugar 66, couple locations, I believe, there in the 918 area. So check them out. Locally owned, great stuff, 918. And 918 continues to dominate trivia. And just because he's sponsoring it, he'll still be participating in it. Okay. But seriously, go check them out. Great stuff. So I believe food truck and maybe a location as well. So Sugar 66. Here we go with the trivia question tonight. Trivia question tonight is about Sam Bradford, Germ. I want to know. Now, listen, you have to get all three of these answers in the same comment or you're not winning. They all have to be in the same comment. Here we go. What 3 sports did Sam Bradford star in high school? 3 sports.
Sooner Cowboy says OU isn't just crossing their T's and dotting their I's, they're dotting their lowercase J's.
I think most people know one sport. That'd be obvious. And there it is, Mark. Well, look at this.
Look at this. No surprise.
No surprise. 918. It's like Stump 918 time. He gets it. Golf, football, and basketball. He was the first one.
Great athlete.
Right after him, man.
Hey,
gets the one tonight. So
we've got KB back. I don't know if he wants to maybe clarify something or give it another take here. Let's hear it.
Man. The Sam Bradford thing. I kind of wanted to talk to y'all about that. I think that's awesome when these guys come back. Tom Herman kicked them all out at Texas. He wouldn't let any exes, on there.
Yep.
But just to kind of give you a story I found out about today that relate when you said the Sam Bradford thing being around. We got Derek Cooper, right? And everybody made a big deal about he made a visit to Texas, but it wasn't an official visit. He only been there one time, but he had been to Georgia like 9 times and made like 6 or 7 other official. He moved to Austin after school last year and lived in Austin the whole summer and worked out at the Collective. The Collective is a training facility that Derek Johnson owns. Remember who he was?
Johnson, yeah.
Okay, the linebacker that played for Kansas City and all that.
Yeah.
He owns that. And that's who trained him all summer.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And plus Ant Hill trains there in the off season. Colin Simmons. That's where they all train in the off season.
Yeah.
Nobody knew about. People don't hear about that just because it's local. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't think that didn't have a big effect on we all know it's a business now. Don't get me wrong. But if you don't think that had a huge effect, I'm sure.
Oh, of course it does. It matters. All that stuff matters.
Yeah. That's when you said the Sam Bradford thing, coming back into the fold. I like to see stuff like that, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And, not all, you can bring back some players from like past, and a lot of the new current players could care. I mean, just a lot of them could care less. But then there's certain guys that people do just like Baker Mayfield. People just ooh all over. I mean, there's guys that make a big difference to certain players. I mean,
yeah, exactly. But I thought that was, when you said that, I thought that was cool because that's always been a big thing for me.
Yeah.
I thought Herman was a fool for not letting them come around.
Yeah, I've never understood when coaches do that when they take over a program. They want to basically get rid of the tradition.
They want to make it about themselves, Jay.
Yeah, probably so. Probably so. All right, you guys have a good one.
See you, man. Have a good one.
Hey.
You wanting to get to that comment with Joe or?
Yeah, I was. Maybe they have that many people on the committee so they can check to see if there's someone out there that maybe. That's kind of the point in a search committee. I don't understand why that is such a naive take that people are calling me naive for believing that.
Jeremy, nobody's saying naive. Okay, let me ask you
this.
Nobody's
saying it, men said it.
Jeremy, let me say this. Do you think that the percentages are higher that they already know or they don't know?
Say that again.
Are the percentages higher right now that they already know who they're hiring, or the percentages higher that they don't know, have any clue?
I would say
it's not that hard of a question. It's not that hard of a question.
Yeah, it is, because your 2 answers were they already know, they have no clue. They have a clue of names. They have a list of names.
I'm not saying names. I'm saying one name. Do they know the guy they really want? I think they know.
I think they know the guys they want to interview.
No, I think they know the guy they want to hire. And it may be a matter. I mean, I don't know. Daniel says they know.
Hey, Alyssa Parker won the home run derby. Teresa put that. Alyssa Parker's an absolute phenom. Going to be elite at OU.
Unbelievable.
From Pensacola High School.
Unbelievable.
Multi-sport athlete, elite. Now, Chris, I would agree. When I say a few guys, I think that's right. I think they know of a list of guys they want to interview.
Can we do
They're going to put it in front of the search committee.
I don't know if Hunter can do a poll or not, or if we could do a poll. Who on here thinks they know 100% who they're hiring and who thinks they don't? I'd like to see.
My only question, and I saw Daniel on here, and of course, Daniel's in the know. Daniel has been around the program, was in the program. Do you really think, Daniel, do you think that it's Zack Selmon? Because Jay seems to think it is. I just don't think that they're going to personally say, yeah, we know who we want. Now we're going to bring this whole search committee on. I mean, Randall Stevenson could have just said, I'm going to confirm with a few of my guys, and we're going to make a decision.
Jeremy, hold up. When was the last time they hired
What?
When was the last time they hired an AD, Jeremy?
28 years ago.
Things have changed, dude. You know, you're going to have a committee. I mean, they're going to just say they have a committee, whether they.
Things have changed. What?
28 years is a long time since you've hired an AD, Jeremy.
I didn't say it wasn't. Dalpo is Marvin Jones Jr. 100%. Nigel Smith's going to have a hard time getting on the field, in my opinion. They're loaded. They got too many guys in front of him, in my opinion.
I saw Nigel Smith doing a TikTok dance today. Did you see that?
No, he's probably out then.
There was a lot of stuff going around Twitter because you know the OSU guys. Gavin Freeman was in that tweet.
My goodness, they're getting hammered.
They were getting ripped for it. But then today, OU put one out, and it was Nigel Smith and then two other guys I really didn't recognize. And then I saw a lot of OSU people going in there saying, "Wait, OSU gets rammed for this, but OU's not gonna." So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to watch over the next few days. Listen, you can say what you want about TikTok. I don't care. SGA and club, they did TikToks all the time, and they won a championship. So
Daniel said, and I said 55 to 60% Zack Selmon. Daniel says, I think it's 60% Zack, but from the conversations he's been around, they know who it is.
Yeah, I think they know. Germ, the TikTok stuff, people are crazy if they don't think an 18, 19, 20-year-old kid can't do TikTok in their free time.
You know who's on TikTok more than anyone? I can't stand it.
Hold up.
They're my fears.
Who cares, Jerm? They're young. Like, what does that have to do with football?
It doesn't necessarily have to do with football.
Well, people rip them like they should be on the practice field. You can't practice 24 hours.
Well, usually when people are posting on TikTok, it's you trying to get views.
And they got to. I would too around the NIL day. I try to get as many people to know me as possible, Jerm.
Yeah.
I don't see a problem with it.
I didn't say I see a problem.
If they're TikToking on game day or something in the locker room, I get it. This is off season, man.
Yeah, Max says not too hype on Selman's last hire. Yeah, he went with a loyalty hire. Buddy Jeff Levy.
Okay, but Mississippi State, dude, who are you going to get there anyway? Come on.
I don't know.
Come on now.
There is no doubt that Zack Selmon, the Dewey Selmon connection and the family and all that. And I don't want people to sit here and think that we know is against Zack Selmon necessarily. I think Zack Selmon is a very upstanding, solid OU guy, and I think he knows a lot in the world of athletic director, finance, probably some fundraising. Can get the donors on board. I'm just not for bringing a guy in without doing your due diligence. You just can't say, well, let's not check everything.
Well, that might be what they're doing.
That's what I said they were doing, Jay.
No, they could still know who they're going to hire, but have a committee to go through everything, make sure it's the right guy.
And if the committee says it's not this guy, are they going to listen?
I don't know if they would. I don't know, Jerm. I don't know.
I don't bring a committee in, and then if they disagree with me, say, well, we don't listen to your opinion. That's not what a committee. If you bring a search committee, you're going to say, I'll listen to what you guys say.
You know what I would love to know, and I know you said you'd love to know questions. I would love to know when Selmon was at Oklahoma, kind of, you're never going to know this, but what influences did he have towards Joe C on certain hires? Did he really, you know what I mean? That'd be cool to know. Yeah, he is the best as far as over. But let me ask you this: looking at that list, if you're Randall Stevenson, I'm curious on. You got 12 people on this committee. For instance, Sam Bradford, what is he like on the committee? Like, what is his role? Because it said on there, like, Kenzie Hansen, student representative.
Correct. Yeah, she's a student.
So she's for the students, and just seeing, I guess, how this hire would affect. I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting.
Sam Bradford's a designee from the outside, but
he's
again,
not on the outside really. Same with Sherry Cole because they.
I don't know what the questions are going to be, but Joe C's going to be there through 2028, and genuinely curious what makes. I just said I think what makes him a good hire. He is very knowledgeable about OU sports. He was here for a long time with Joe C. He was the chief assistant athletic director, may have been his title back in 2015 or whatever it was. He's been around the program. He's been a head AD at an SEC school, so experience matters. Okay, all those things are good. He would be in well with the donors. I think that's the.
Let me bring something up. And hey, all this show is, you guys know this. This is fans talking, giving opinions. Okay, I'm not sitting here saying I'm an expert on this stuff. It's just fans chatting it up like we do every night, and you guys run this chat. We appreciate it. But one thing I'm going to bring up is, let's look at the things that might be in the favor of them hiring Zack Selmon. Okay. One that I don't think we're talking about a whole lot is the fact that Joe C's sticking around for a few years. Let's just say they went out and hired Kirby Hocutt. Why would Joe C need to be around for the next few years, Jerm? Or they hired a big time guy that's done it for many years.
It's a great point. It's a great point.
In fact, would Kirby Hocutt or fill in the blank with another guy's name, would they want Joe C being there for a few years? Whereas Zack Selmon, you have a previous relationship with, so I could see that working. A guy like Kirby Hocutt, who's been AD, he's been over the NCAA committee. Does that relationship work for the next few years?
I agree. Kirby Hocutt would need help. I agree with that, Jay. And Joe, well, I could definitely see this, Joe, that they could be pacifying and appeasing the fan base with this search committee. I still have to ask, that's weak. I mean, I would say it's very weak of a program, of a guy. If that was the case, you got big-time people that can definitely trust. I would trust in making this. I don't think Sooner fans, Jay, first off, Randall Stevenson wasn't like just an OU guy through and through, was he?
No, he's not. He's not.
So listen, if Randall Stevenson were to go through and say, I'm making this hire and here's who we're bringing on, I think a lot of the fan base would have been fine with that. Because a lot of the fan base wants someone outside of OU. And I think if you told the fan base, they would have been okay if Randall Stevenson went out and got who he wanted.
Yeah, but not Zack Selmon. They would have been like, did he do enough research? That's what they would say.
Oh, I agree.
So, I mean, you know what? As far as ADs out there, the world's changing. I see Max saying this. I could care less about who can they fire or not at this point. In fact, hopefully they're not firing BB in the next 4 or 5 years and he turns it around and don't have to mess with it. But there's a lot of issues as an AD that you got to deal with, let alone firing people. It's the world's changing as far as athletics are concerned. And it's not a fun world to be in as an AD. I mean, you got sports you may have to cut. There's a lot of stuff you're going to have to be savvy about. It's a big hire.
I will say, and someone, 918 said familiarity and fundraising are Zack Selmon's biggest qualities. One thing that I said from the get-go that I want in an AD, Jay, and we haven't really talked about it, I want someone with a spine.
What are you saying? Are you saying Joe C didn't have a spine?
I didn't say that. I said I want someone, whoever the AD is, to have a spine, a backbone to make very difficult
Most ADs have that. Most ADs have that.
Not necessarily, Jay. Not necessarily. And to this point, I don't think it's starting rift, but listen, they're trying to get the best athletic director. They're not worried about who they're going to get for the next football coach right now. They're worried about who they're going to get for the AD. Because I genuinely think OU does care about all their sports. That's kind of been clear. In fact, you ask Joe C., he's going to say that. And Joe C. probably wants that in an AD, someone who cares about them all.
And Joe says maybe Stevenson thinks he's the guy, but wants to make sure through the committee's eyes.
There you go.
What?
That would be funny.
What would be funny?
Oh, I thought Joe meant maybe Stevenson thinks he's the guy, Randall Stevenson.
No.
I get it. Thanks, Selmon. Yeah.
Yeah. I just wonder that 12-person committee, how much, because you've been on committees, when you get 12 people on there, how much opinion do you get with 12 people? Like, are you listening to everybody's on there? I mean, some people might be a lot more important than the other ones.
Yeah. I'll give my input. And hey, Corey, we had a good birthday. Hope you did as well. I'm glad you were able to enjoy yourself on your 21st birthday. That's a long time ago for me. Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
The committee I was in, everyone had a voice, an equal voice.
12 people?
Absolutely. Every single person.
Did you all agree on the hire?
Oh, it was unanimous.
Well, that's great. That's great.
It was the best experience I've ever been in on a team.
Sometimes that's harder to do, easier said than done. But
Mez says Germ.
Board of Director chair on search committees to hire 3 headmasters for a private school, pre-K through 12th grade. International baccalaureate accredited school, worked on the accreditation team. Accreditation team, Jeremy. I got it. Okay.
What's the point?
I think he's saying he knows what he's talking about, Jeremy.
Okay, I would like to play that scenario out.
Virgil's asking about the avatar setting. I think you have to click your profile there, Virgil, to change that. But other people know better than me. I'm not the most tech savvy, as my kids tell me.
Hey, I hope Mez knows I'm not doing him a disservice by my opinion. I mean, it's great that he's been on committees. You know the processes very well, and I do as well. Are you saying those committees you were on, you were the chair of a search committee and you didn't listen to the search committee? Is that what you're saying, Maz? That you were the board of director chair on a search committee to hire 3 headmasters, and you didn't? It was all for show. That was the search committee. The search committee I was on was not like that, and again, that's why I'm basing it on it.
Yours wasn't sports related, though.
No, it wasn't.
So
it wasn't, Jay.
I don't think, to me, this does not matter, Dalpose. I don't think it matters at all, my opinion. I just want somebody who knows how to do the job, and somebody's going to have to be able to change with the times, because times change all the time now.
Like Jen, you're right. You are right that there's some people who dominate conversations. I'm probably one of them, and then there's some people who lay back. Now, here's the deal, Jen. Jen, here's the deal.
Probably
you're doing it now. Jen, here's the deal. It comes to the committee chair. The committee chair has to facilitate in a way to get all perspectives heard. It comes down to the committee chairperson to be able to do that.
Here, I do think when you have that many people, and Germ, you got to admit this would be very hard. Bob Stoops, Joe C., Kinsey Hansen, Sam Bradford, Sherry Cole. That's 5 I can think of. I don't have the list in front of me, but all those have been around Zack Selmon. Okay. If Zack Selmon comes in for an interview, it's harder to say no to people that you have a relationship with. It is.
And Mez says,
do you agree?
Hard to get buy-in?
No, it's harder to say no to those people in an interview because you know them really well. You have a personal relationship with them.
Well, you don't say no in an interview. You interview and you say, "Look, here's what I liked about this person."
But it's harder. It's harder though, is what I'm saying.
Well, you got to have a variety of people. Mez says the board and our search firm did 95% of the hire. We presented them and the primary, secondary leads to get their buy-in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. That's what people do. You say, hey, and look, here's the deal. If you trust the person in charge, if I was doing something and brought someone to a school or something and said, this is the guy we really want, we've done our research, we want you guys to meet him, tell us what you think. Yeah, that could happen. I could see that. I'm not saying that's not a possibility.
Yeah, a couple of things. First, I'll get to Dalpost just a minute. I saw 918's comment. The fact we all think it's probably someone leads believe it's not going to be Selmon. Yeah, and I'll have cake, I'll have pie all over my face. If I'm wrong, it'll be bad. Jeremy, what do you want? If I'm wrong, that's fine. I'll pie myself.
I don't need anything.
I'm just saying.
It's a fun topic. It's a great topic to discuss.
Probably look back about this in another whenever they hire and be like, what were we?
Oh, you said it was already going to be done by now, so you're already wrong.
But hey, let me also get a Dalpost.
It's already done.
Dalpost, he does this last few nights. He's done this. I love it. Dalpost, keep him coming every night. The best number 40. I was trying to think just as the show was going, number 40s. It's hard to not put Curtis Lofton as the best one. I mean,
Ethan Downs was a good one last year, but not
Ethan Downs really good at 40. But it's tough. It is tough.
This is a great point, and the committee I was in, and I'll just say, Jay,
hold up real quick. The committee you were in, did you interview anybody that you all had really good relationship with, or were they all from the outside?
No, there were some internals, Jay.
Okay.
And Jay, mine was different because it's a ministry thing. It was a pastor search committee.
Okay.
Everyone had the same unified goal.
I think they do here too, though. They know what they're looking for.
And I think Perryman's right. A good committee will lay personal preferences aside. You always have to lay personal preferences aside for the betterment of the team, for the betterment of the organization.
Yeah, hit the like, Lori says, and
hit the freaking like.
6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, dude. This has been fun tonight.
It's been great, and hey,
it's been great discussion. Hey, I gotta show you a little preview tonight. I'm not there yet, but I got some stuff to add to the wall here behind me.
That's nice, Jay.
Got this. I'm not going to show you the lights on it yet. We got this Sooner Surge logo.
Now wait, Jay, hold that there.
Yeah,
that's impressive. You bought that. What I'm going to have behind me is something that is handcrafted, okay, by an elite artist, okay. That's going to be behind me, and it's going to be
your son.
No, it's not my son. He's not an elite artist.
Oh, wow.
It's going to be the real deal. Drake behind me, so I can't wait.
Hey, this is just a few of the things. I'm not going to show all of them, but we're going to have this thing, little man cave back here, even better. So because
guys
stepped up.
I want to get to Marks before we get off here. Jay and Germ, what's your take on my thought about why AD would want the job? Because there's nothing they can lay claim to. Now, that's true. Whoever's coming in is going to be asked to. No, Mark's right. Whoever's coming in is going to be asked to continue what has been. For example, they're not coming in to fire. They're not coming in to bring their own people. They're coming in to keep it or maybe take it to the next level. But I get what he's saying. That's something maybe we can continue tomorrow. Hey, guys, check out the Fan Stop at thefanstop.com. Again, I hate to say it, but I don't hate to say it because these shirts fit so well. Okay, so well. You got to sign up. Shirt of the Month Club. Use code SURGE. Get 10% off your first 3 months. Thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate you. Enjoy your Tuesday. Have a terrific Tuesday. And we'll be back tomorrow. Hit the like before you leave. Thanks so much, Sooner Surge-aholics.